So this entire time, I've been thinking about. Apologies, I'm sick. So recently, I've been thinking about what I want RTD to do with his new run of Doctor Who, and it's been going through my mind. Do I want them to continue what Chibnall was doing with Jodie and the Timeless Child Doctor, or do I want him to just ignore all of it and just do his own thing once again? And I definitely have decided I would rather him focus on the Timeless Child storyline. I want that to be continued. I didn't like the storyline. I didn't like how it was written. I don't really like what it does for the show in terms of everything that's been established up to this point. If this was how the entire story began, that'd be one thing, but just because we went through all this time with one sort of set thing and then we dropped this thing, it never jived with me. So I don't hate it. I did hate it for a long time. In some ways, I still do. But that's definitely lessened as time has moved on. But now that the Flux season happened, being one of the worst seasons of the show for me personally, I think I liked maybe one or two episodes in that entire season. Everything else I barely watchable for me. But I don't blame anyone who does like it. But I would like Russell to continue that storyline because there's so many things to be picked up, and when I think about this situation specifically, having one showrunner do something that was controversial, doing a whole story that was a bit controversial, didn't work, didn't plan out, and that I didn't like, and then we got a sequel to it. I think of what happened with the sequel trilogy. No, yeah, the sequel trilogy for Star Wars, and that I think Last Jedi is a very good film. I don't think it's a very good Star Wars film, and the third movie, I don't remember what it's called at the top of my head, Rise of Skywalker or something. I think that movie could have been just as good if they continued the story set up with Last Jedi, because J.J. Abrams wanted to just backpedal, or someone wanted to backpedal so badly, it ruined the entire plot up to that point. Or if that's what they set up at the beginning, but the guy for the second movie decided to just divert, whoever fault it was, they should have just kept going. I think the third movie in that trilogy is worse because they tried to change and manipulate and reconnect with the previous movies. And I think it's the same thing here with Doctor Who. If Russell decides to just ignore everything that happened and just do his own thing from square one, I think I would have a harsher criticism on the Timeless Child storyline than I would otherwise, because I think if anyone can save that storyline, for me personally, I think it's RTD. I don't think, again, a lot of people praise him for being the greatest writer ever. I don't think he is. I think he thinks about his writing much more than most writers do, especially when it comes to Doctor Who. But I don't think he's perfect. He's definitely had some dud episodes for sure. But if anyone can save that storyline for the show, I think he has the best chance to do so, especially with all of the leverage he clearly has with Doctor Who right now. And you got an influx of fans coming in, so it's like this is a time where you could just reboot the show and do your own thing and do your own story. But continuing from what Jodie left off, that's already pre-established ground. You don't have to do much, just have to continue it. And if you want to do your own thing in the second season, fine, just finish it in the first season. Because I don't want to look at the Timeless Child storyline, I don't want to look at Jodie's episodes and go, well, I'm never going to watch them again, or if I'm going to very rarely watch them again, because they have no meaning. Because they're just there, and it's never going to be touched upon again. It's just, those are just stories that are there. If RTD or someone touches them and continues them and completes them in some state, then I could probably look back at those episodes and go, okay, I can line things up, and it's a little less jarring than it currently is. And I think if it's not touched, it's just going to be a black sheep. It's just going to be, okay, let's avoid all that. Let's never talk about that. Let's never think about that. And that would suck, because I think... I don't think Jodie is the best actor in the world. I think her performance in Broadchurch was downright terrible. But from episode 1 of her run, I saw exactly what everyone else saw her during auditions. I think she was the perfect actress for the Doctor. And with everything she did for the female fans and the younger fans within the audience, I think it's spectacular. So her Doctor specifically, the character, may not be my cup of tea at all, bar a few episodes. I think Jodie as an actress really nailed what they were going for, and I do not blame her for her run at all. I just don't want to look at her run and go, I can't watch her run because it's bad. Absolutely, everything about it is bad. And I don't want to do that. I could probably watch her first season. It's at least got two episodes I really like in it. But no, that's what I want. I would rather RTD. I don't think he will. As more trailers and more information has come out, he's clearly doing his own thing, and that's fine. I think I'm probably gonna love it. But having him continue the Timeless Child storyline and dealing with the universe that's clearly just fractured and just broken and just all over the place would be... It would be great. Even if... Right, I thought... I had just had a shower and I was just thinking about it. Even if the continuation storyline... Him continuing the storyline, those episodes... Even if those episodes were mid, even if they were fine, they were watchable but not great, I would still prefer that. Still preferring mid episodes continuing the Timeless Child storyline than him doing his own thing and having those episodes be fantastic. Because then the average of the show would improve if the continuation made everything that happened before better. Because I think you can improve art. I think you can improve art in many stages and many forms, but and I would prefer that risk. I think, because if I don't know how good something could be, I don't care. If you told me, oh, RTD had in an alternate universe wrote a movie and it's the greatest thing ever, but we're getting this run of mid Doctor Who instead in our universe, I would still pick our universe, because if there was a chance for him to continue the Timeless Child storyline, that would make that art, if you could call the Timeless Child storyline art, it would make that art better. And I'm all here for improving things and not just making new things all the time. Make the world better, don't just replace it with things. Anyway, that's just my quick thought. I got the Phantom Liberty expansion for Cyberpunk ready to go in a couple minutes. So I'm going to go do that. Thanks for watching if you have been. I don't know if anyone will. But that's just something I wanted to get out before the new episodes came out. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you again, probably.